Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Evelina and my focus is to provide insight and guidance to empower you through the current energies with pick a card readings like this one. With this in mind, these are general readings, so if it doesn't apply, just simply let it fly. So today we will be doing the March 2021. Can you believe how fast the time has gone? It's already March. So I have 4 piles right in front of you. I will give you each a close-up look of each of the crystals. So make sure it focuses in there. There you go. That's pile 1. Pile 2. Pile 3. And pile 4. So when you're ready, I provided timestamps below, so you can just go straight to your reading. All right, guys, let's get started. Hello, pile 1. If you chose this crystal here, you're in the right place. So let's get started. Put this here. All right, so the first card straight off the bat is Saturn. And it says, the part of you that accepts challenge to gain wisdom. So just looking at this card intuitively, I feel like you're ready to close a chapter. You're building something to close a chapter. I kind of see it as this person here is building a wall, so maybe like closing out a chapter. It's almost like, okay, that's done and over with. I need to close this and move on so I can move on to something else. Or perhaps it's building a wall, learning to build a wall, putting up boundaries. Whatever this institution is, whatever this castle is, it's almost like it was a challenge for you, and now it's like I'm ready to move on. Saturn in general is definitely about growth through trials and tribulations. It's about facing fears. And when you're moving on from something, it can be a challenge, especially if it's a job, a relationship that you've had for a while, and now you're kind of feeling like, ooh, I gotta start something new. It can be scary. And it's all about facing fears through tasks, through lessons. With Saturn, it may feel like you're running through an obstacle course sometimes, because there are times you go fast and then there's times you go slow. The thing is, don't be discouraged when things seem to slow down or even halt. It's a time to like pace yourself, learn, strengthen, and be knowledgeable. Like with an obstacle course, there are things you can go quicker on because you know how to do it, but then there's like other things that, might take a little bit more time. So it's just like, okay, let's think this out, let's pace this out. It's just an opportunity to just kind of like become more knowledgeable and therefore more efficient in the long term. I do feel like this could be something long term. It might take a while, but the thing is though, the improvements that you'll make and the achievements that you will gain will last a lifetime. This is something very profound. And I really feel like it's gonna be something that really resonates with you on a long-term basis. But let's continue on. And the next card. Oh, okay, yeah. Karmic completion, number 10. Yeah, karmic completion with Saturn. So definitely conquering a challenge. There's like a karmic lesson. There's like past life debt. something is, this is yeah, this is leaving something for sure, because it's like you learned your lesson, and this lesson is not going to come back in the way that it came back. And I feel like it was a very hard lesson, unless you're still going through it. And the thing is, though, like, we all still go through lessons within a lesson. It's like the Wheel of Fortune. There's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, but this is about adapting and harmonizing, facing things head on with this fear. Whatever this fear is, especially going through, maybe you're going through a Saturn return. It's a very heavy lesson, but the reward is huge. It lasts a lifetime. It's a lifetime lesson that you will be able to continue on forever, because it was just so profound. It was so like, you finally left that relationship or that friendship or that job that you've been in forever, and it was just like you're taking abuse like crazy. You're in a very narcissistic situation. You finally had the balls to, like, you know, pack up your bags and be like, later, I'm done with this. I know I'm worth more. That is profound. That takes so much strength to do something like that, and it's amazing. All right. Yeah. Next card. Hold your vision. Fixed moon. Look at that. Oh boy. Okay. So stand firm, but don't get stuck. You're ready to go. Something is ready to go. You're ready to let something go. You're ready to, like, put this in the past. Especially with this completion, it's like, yeah, I'm done with you. And maybe not a lot of people might understand it at the time, why you're doing it, why do you need to do it. It's like, well, it's secure, it's safe. Yeah, secure, safe doesn't always equal happiness in the long run. It doesn't. We all go through these times where it's just like, yeah, I gotta make a change. This is just not working. And people are like, you're crazy. This is a great job. It pays you great. But it's like, yeah, but at the end of the day, it makes me feel like shit. I'm so drained after a day working there. It's like I gotta take I gotta work it, like, you know, just work a week and then I just need like 5 weeks off. It's just, it's intense. Or it could just be a person. It's just like that, you know, it's just, you can never make them happy. That's all about them. Yeah. Hold your vision. People won't understand it. That's okay. That's okay. They don't need to understand it, because you need to honor how you feel, and stop looking for other people to tell you what to do or how you should feel. They should honor how you feel and be like, yeah, you know what? I've been noticing you've been this way or that way, you know, be some more supportive. Next card is protection. Wow, this is a very powerful reading, guys. So protection. Know that oh my God, and I have to take this one other out too. Look at this. Boundaries. Look at this protection here. My God, you are protected. You are protected. With the boundaries card, okay, I'm gonna go one at a time, but I had to take those two out together. Protection. So you're protected. You can weather anything. With this card, the description of it is, this tree is an oak tree. Oak trees can weather anything. They actually attract, it's said that they attract lightning. You can only imagine how something so powerful, it's like, yeah, bring it on. I could take you. It's strength, it's vitality. There's a life force within that oak tree. There, you could get like this sudden burst of energy, this wake-up call. It's just like, yeah, something just is so, it's like, it's right in your face. It's happening right in front of you, and you see it, and it's just like, you know what? I've taken enough. You are so strong for taking it as far as you have. You got such a strong backbone. Use it. Use it. use that strength that you've had for all those years, and I'm talking years, because this is Saturn, man. This takes forever. Slow energy. It's very meticulous. It can get real sticky with that one, but use that strength that you had every day to get up and go to this job or meet with, be with this person, and convert it into energy to move on. It's like, I weathered this. I went through this every day. And now it's time to move on. There's like I said, it's like a wake up call. It's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? And you got to set up boundaries with this. You got to start setting up boundaries, especially if you're looking to leave. Yeah. You got to learn to say no. You got to learn to say no. This is about knowing what you need and what you don't need. Teach people how to treat you. Finally speaking up, learning to speak up. Taking the time to judge what is right and how to go about it. Because you're protected through this. You really are. Nothing can hurt you. Once you make that decision it's like it rewrites your life. It really does. It rewrites your path. And it turns into something very, very powerful. Next card is Ears Wide Open. Cute little fennec fox. Yeah. Again, going back to this whole protection thing about, hold your vision. I guess it could be both. You may feel misunderstood by people, or maybe by yourself. It's like, why am I thinking these things? But in your heart, something is telling you, yes, this is the way to go. This is what needs to be done. There's a lot of threes here. I just noticed the 3, and the 3 here. Yeah. Misunderstood. Maybe you'll start hearing a song more often and it's speaking to you. Maybe there's lyrics in there there's something encouraging. There's almost like it's a song from the divine, and you hear it a lot, or you find yourself humming it. Maybe take another listen to that song and see if there's anything resonates, if there's like a message in there, because I really feel like there's something like that going on. But this is also about actions speak louder than words. Really seeing if what people say is exactly how they're following up with action. So it's so easy to say things, you know what I mean? But it's like, if you don't do what you say, if you don't practice what you preach, it's almost like, how much do you actually believe in it? Maybe, my God, maybe you're getting an earful from somebody about this change. Maybe they're giving you their opinion on it, and it's their fears versus they're just putting in their feels of like what ifs. And it's kind of, you need to gauge yourself and understand what they're actually trying to say versus like what is their fear versus what's your fear. How are you feeling it? So it's just like, oh my God, what are you going to do? And it's like, yeah, what am I going to do? Look for another job. Maybe take some courses so I can improve myself, so I can move on to something better where I will be more appreciated and they'll see me for who I am. Maybe even going back to school versus part-time courses, because I kind of feel like this has gotta go. Whatever this is, it's gotta go. And your tarot cards, Ace of Wands, 5 of Pentacles, and the Princess of Swords. All right. Wow. Yeah. Ace of Wands, burst of energy. going back to this protection card, this burst of energy, this burst of creativity. It's time to be bold. It's time to act on your ideas. But they're in there with this Five of Materials. I feel like you're not, like you might feel like you're not enough. You're worrying about finishing, how people are gonna treat you. I feel like alienation. You're afraid of alienation. Like you're gonna be, like you feel left out. You're gonna feel left out. It's like, well, you know, if I finish this, if I act on it, what are people gonna think? The ones that love you will understand, and they won't judge you. If anything, they'll be there to support you and keep you up, even when things are hard, which they will. But it's so necessary. It's like, you can't continue like this. This is not fair for you. It's not right for you. It's just pounding on your self-esteem. It's pounding it down. Why put yourself through that? That's not right. And you will. Look at this, Princess of Swords. This is curiosity. This is having an open mind. This is about protection, insight, school, education, asking questions, studying. I feel like it's almost like you'll have this inspiration. You'll have this, I really feel it's like a lightning bolt. It's like a sudden kind of like, oh my gosh, wake up call, absolute wake up call, and be like, yeah, you know what? This is what I need to do. It will be difficult, but this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm seeing, what I need to do. Not everyone's gonna get it. Oh, maybe you should do this. Oh, maybe you should do that with your life instead of doing something, or this or that. It's like, no, I need a proper foundation to move on to something that I'm passionate about. I want to have income coming in while I'm building something else. This could be entrepreneurial as well. You might want to build your foundations before you go on and do something that you want to do, that you really are passionate about. And it gives you more time to build on that passion. But you got to start from scratch. This is, you know what? This is probably not the first time that you have to start from scratch. Think about it. Going from junior school to middle school to high school, you had to start over. You had to start over. You had to adapt. This is the same thing. It could be in the real world. It could be like, you don't have, you're not living with your parents. You don't have, a lot of family. You don't have a lot of support. But it's like, it's you. It's within you to do it. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this reading. And hope you guys have a great month. Take care. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. If you picked this beautiful blue crystal, you're in the right place. Let's get started. All right, Pile 2. Oh, starting off with a blast with the Pluto energy. Your ability to transform. Take a big leap forward and rebirth. Starting strong, huh? Wow. Okay. So major unexpected changes, just unplanned, unexpected, and oh my goodness. Sorry, hold on. The unexpected. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So something very unexpected, evolutionary, literally like marriage, sudden pregnancy, life, death, ending of bad relationships, just complete clean slate happening here. And I feel like no matter how much you want to plan things, it's almost like something coming out of left field. Jesus. So, I mean, honestly, I would say have a plan B, C, D, and E. Like, expect the unexpected this month, because I really feel like there is going to be some major transformation that you just were not expecting at all. And it could be something positive, it could be life-changing, it could be something, you know, very profound with Pluto energy. This is Scorpio energy, guys. This is, you know, you will be rising from the ashes, though. Look at this. This is a phoenix. So whatever happens, whether it breaks you down, whether it just, something is just like the carpet is just swept from under your feet, you will rise from the ashes and come out stronger than ever. I feel, okay, my God, I'm getting the Tower in my head, because unexpected and Pluto energy, it's like, if you haven't done this yet, it will happen for you. And I feel like most of you know what I'm talking about. You gotta make a change. You really got to. This is just, wow, this is profound. Yeah, and it's like your plan, it was literally outsmarted by the universe. It's like, and no matter what you plan, it's yeah, I'm repeating myself, but it's literally like, how did that just happen? Like, where did that even, okay, moving on. Okay, so the next one is a deep breath. I'm gonna move these over. And tender embrace. I gotta take these out together because I feel like I need a little bit of comfort here. Okay, so a deep breath. There is something. Okay, so whatever you fear, there really needs to be attention put on that, and there really needs to be healing. So pay attention to the red flags. The moment that you see some kind of red flag coming at you, you gotta act. And it's gonna be something real quick. And I'm not trying to scare you, so I apologize if I'm scaring you guys, but it's something that really needs to be put out in the open. I don't sugarcoat things. So it definitely feels uneasy. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's almost like, don't continue on if you see red flags. If you feeling like, okay, there's something up, there's something up. Scorpio energy, very intuitive, very, very intuitive. And it's like, if you feeling it, it's true. Don't second guess it, because you'll know. You will know. And there's definitely this need to accept this discomfort, and you will need to take a risk to get out of it. And I want to, Jesus, these messages. Okay, there is this energy of all will be well, but it might not be in the way that you expect it to be. It's an unfamiliar all is well. It is well, but you have to accept it. You have to be very flexible with understanding what this means, what this is. And I'm saying, whatever this is, with this tender embrace, choose love over fear. Say, for example, it's whatever this is, let it go with love and acceptance. So thank you for your lesson. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciated the time we had together, but now whatever is happening here, I cannot accept it, and I need to move on, instead of like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? You know, like, there's this panicky energy of like, oh my gosh. No. This was going to happen, and you knew it. You knew it. Don't be saying, oh, you know, what are you talking about? Because you know, I feel like whatever this is, this was in your face. It was obvious. And of course, the next one, yeah, what was I just saying? Love. Love. Know that you're loved. Know that you're supported. You are enough. You can make this sudden change. This might seem like a big deal, but it's nothing that you haven't handled before. Maybe this is like a return lesson. Maybe you got into something that was similar, and then you got out of it, and it's like this, whatever this is, it happened again. It came back, and it's just like, oh shit, you know. What I'm saying is allow things to fall. There's healing that's needed here. And have confidence and trust that this was just, it was almost like maybe you did learn something before, but it's almost like you didn't get it. So it happened again. And now it's like, okay, yeah. What are the similarities? What happened before? What didn't I learn before? What do I get now? You know, that's that kind of energy. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it now. I get it now. I got into this kind of stuff before. Why? What have I learned from this one? You know? Ugh. Next card is Full Moon in Aquarius. Show the world the real you. Wow. You know what? I really feel like this energy of someone, how they might feel coming out of the closet kind of thing about something. Showing the skeletons in the closet, being more open, being more honest about certain things. Because full moon in Aquarius, again, with Aquarius energy, unexpected turns. But this could also be like with the tender embrace and the love. It could be like you're too much in your head about it and not enough in your heart. And you're good to let it go, because Aquariuses, there's one thing about Aquariuses that I do really know: they're not clingy. They're not clingy. And this is kind of the energy of like, let go, get out there, shine, be unique, take it the way that you need to take it, because you know how you need to make this change, and it's in a very, very original way. Aquariuses, very original, very creative people. They think outside the box 24/7, and you have that ability. Even you could be an Aquarius. You could have a lot of Aquarius in your chart, or you're just taking on that energy of the Aquarius. They're not afraid to be different, because they're different. They are different, and they know that. This is a unique situation. Maybe to people, but not to you. And you know how to take care of it. And people are probably like, what the heck? Like, how did you get out of that? And it's just like, I just know. I know. Because I accepted it. I understand it. I see now that this was something similar to before. Oh, wow. Teaching and learning. Yeah, that's definitely a lesson. Look at all this purple here. Very nice. Crown chakra. This is definitely a significant time of learning and growth. The life lessons that you're going to get out of this is going to be pretty profound. I feel March is going to be a big changing month for a lot of people. Even like the pile ones, if you chose like many different kinds, it was definitely about change again, but not as profound as this. And I do feel like if people, like, it's like a overturning, like overrunning. It's like there's like this turnaround. There's this almost like inspiration, and some people are going to take it better than others, but it's like there's something very valuable lessons in March for a lot of people. I'm feeling it too. That's something, like, it's going to be something very major. And it's lessons that are just as valuable as your academic knowledge. Perhaps after something like this, you'll go into, maybe you'll be going to like, maybe you'll be supporting others. Maybe you'll be giving out advice. Maybe you'll, you know, create a blog or, you know, start writing about your experience because it was just so profound, and this is how you learn to release it and understand it. Maybe being with like, maybe people have a similar situation, and you might be talking to people and be like, hey, you know what, this is how I dealt with it. But this is really major. And your, oh man, and your tarot cards, 8 of Swords. Let me just make sure everything is in focus here. Yeah, you got the Knight of Swords, and you got the Star. All air energy. You're definitely in your head, because the Star is Aquarius energy. So this is interesting. There's definitely either an Aquarius is around you or you're an Aquarius, but not necessarily. It doesn't have to be take what resonates kind of thing. But 8 of Swords, yeah. Oh Lord. Oh yeah. So 8 of Swords, feeling trapped. You're feeling like you have a fear of isolation, and you're using all your resources to try and get out of something. And it's almost like no matter what you do, you feel stuck. But that's because you're too much in your head. You're overthinking the situation. All this person's got to do is go on their tippy toes, slide the sword out of the ground, and then wiggle out of the bindings here. It's very simple, but it's almost like it's being overthought. It's like, I don't even want to see what's going on around me anymore. And it's like, well, listen, honey, you ain't got no choice. You can ignore it, but that's not really going to help you, and you are not going to be ignoring it. Let me tell you, Knight of Swords does not ignore. There's this burst of creativity. Oh, look at all the colors here at the Tender Embrace, definitely. Burst of creativity. That's what I'm saying, is just like maybe you'll be writing something, maybe you'll be talking about your experience, or maybe you'll be releasing some sort of experience. But it's creativity, action. But it's also a warning to think before you act. Don't rush into it. Like, there is this rushing energy of just wanting to take care of it from here to here. Especially with this Star energy, it's just like, yeah, you know what, I'm ready to go. But it's like, make sure, I know I said this, it's like, don't be too much in your head, but it doesn't mean don't be in your head at all. There's a balance. There has to be a balance here. Heart, you got heart here, and then you have your mind. There has to be a balance. Don't be in your head too much. And the Star is, oh, maybe that's why I got, this is with the purple here, with the crown chakra and the Star, I kind of feel like you might be getting something through your dreams, maybe some insight in your situation through dreams, because the Star is about realization of your dreams. It's also about cleansing, renewal, purification. So you will have this, you will get through it this month. It's just going to be very, how do you say it? I gotta say it, turbulent. I feel it's going to be turbulent, but you know what? You got to get yourself back up on your feet and move through this, because I do feel like it's something that you have experienced before, but you experiencing it again so that you know that you learned a lesson that you didn't learn before, and it was a hard lesson, but you got it because you got it through it before. Okay, so don't worry, you got this, and know that you got this. Just trust in it. All right, guys, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment. And I hope you guys have a really great month. Take care. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you pick this orange crystal, you're in the right place. So let's get started. All right. Starting off with the reading is Cancer. This energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving. It may concern family, a mother, or a child. All right, so Cancer, definitely a heart chakra. So if we're talking about love, it could be about family issues. It could be mother and child bond, relationships. Maybe it could be also about your emotional state. Maybe you're feeling a little bit protective. I kind of feel like there's a protective energy because Cancers are protective and loving sensitives. They're very easily hurt. They feel vulnerable. But there could also be feeling hurt or feeling very vulnerable. Perhaps someone is hiding something and you're being very tender towards them. But I really feel like there's this sense of like home, moving. With this card, moving home, perhaps like I got the message safe travels. So if someone is traveling or moving, there's this wish, there's this of safe travels. And that's funny because the next card here is protection, waning crescent. 24, that's 6, that's harmony. All right, so love, support, there's this identification of fear and shedding and being shielded by a higher power. And I feel like moving nest, moving home, moving away from home. I'm getting this very creative vibe from this, from just these two cards. Maybe you're taking a break, moving home. Maybe you're like living kind of like a traveler's life in March, or wanting to live a traveler's life. So like living like in a van, or, changing up your place. There's something about like moving things around, switching things up. Maybe moving somewhere that you really resonate with. And yep, okay, yeah. Follow your dreams. Next, so that's follow your dreams and individuality. Okay, yeah. I'm really feeling like with you, pile 3. You're taking the road less traveled, moving somewhere where, yeah, you feel like just called, you resonate with it. Like you're thinking kind of outside of the box. Maybe it's like a cross-country trip. Maybe you're planning a cross-country trip. But it's like wanting to do something on a very individual level. Maybe there's some sort of like growth on an individual level. Like you're stepping out of the norm and wanting to do something outside like of the day-to-day kind of thing. You're really switching things up. And it will affect your foundations and how you carry your foundations. There's going to be a look at your home life and how you can switch things up in the home life, perhaps. Another Cancer energy. Look at that. You and your loved ones are safe. There's also wonders. Release. And a powerful move. Okay, I was called just to take out the rest of the cards. So yeah, definitely matters of the heart with the new moon in Cancer. I really feel like spending time by water. Like you want to spend more time by the water. There could be an opening of your heart, allowing people to come in or get closer to you. There could be this aspect of healing family by healing your wounds with the family by moving out. Maybe there was a lot of tension in the home and you're feeling like it's time to move out. And when you do move out and go to that other side and see things from the other perspective, there's almost like an appreciation. Maybe especially with a mother figure or a Cancer, just a Cancer energy. And with this release card, it's almost like let bygones be bygones. You just want to clear the clutter. Maybe you're just clearing out clutter and it's kind of helping you breathe a little bit better. You're not as anxious anymore. Because this Wonders card, I feel like seeing things through to the end, and there's like an excitement to it. Enjoying like the small victories, letting go of expectations. There's like an adventurous kind of energy. Things are clearing up, they're moving, and you see things a little bit clearly. There's like this dark cloud and you kind of go through. This is like a clear quartz. It's going through and you're seeing things through. And therefore releasing a cup, like it's like a cleanup, a clean out. And it's a very powerful move for you because maybe you're getting rid of things that you held very dear to yourself and you're finally letting it go. Because you want to move on. Maybe it's, things from your past relationship. You were holding on to them and you finally are able to get rid of them. Maybe if someone of like a loved one that passed and, you're ready to let it go. Whatever this is, it's a very powerful, like it says, a powerful move. So there's action, there's movement with purpose. It's a very thoughtful thing towards this positive change. There's this like energy of empowerment. It's like if you're looking to move or move out and be on your own, it's going to be a very like empowering thing. It's like, wow, I actually did it and I'm doing it. And I'm understanding things now a little bit better. Gaining more perspective, and perhaps gaining that perspective will bring you closer to your family because you finally have that understanding, or will begin to have that experience of being on your own and what it takes to be on your own. Yeah, look at this. The Hermit. Your tarot cards are the Hermit, the Three of Swords, and the Hanged Man. 2 major arcanas. Yeah, this is major. Something major. And pile 3. There's 3 here. Wow. Okay. Hermit. So you're preparing to be alone, solitude, and you, like I said, gaining this understanding. Maybe you're ready for it, and maybe your family isn't ready for you moving out on your own. But you're providing them like this enlightenment, like this light. It's like, yeah, like it's like, let's gain some perspective. Let's shine a light on the situation. And here's why it needs to happen. Like I really want to do this. I'm feeling called to move here. I'm feeling called to move into this place. I found this place. It's amazing. Maybe it could be by the water, or close to like a lake, or, something to do with water. But it's like, I feel like I need to be on my own, and I feel like this is going to help unblock things. Cause I feel like it might, I'm sure it's not easy for parents or, for roommates or whatnot, whoever you're moving from, to let go. And there's definitely going to be some hurt. And maybe they take it upon themselves. It's just like, well, what did I do for, you to be leaving? Maybe it was unexpected soon. But it's almost like It's like, no, this has nothing to do with that. I feel like I want to move and I want to become independent. It's nothing to do with what's been going on. Maybe there has been a lot of conflict in the home. It's like, oh, they're leaving, and it's on bad terms. It's like, no. It's just, I feel like this would be better. Especially with the Hanged Man. Sacrifice, surrender. Stop struggling. It's like, do what you need to do. And enjoy like the pause, because I feel like there's going to be a pause when you're moving and you finally moved in. It's like, wow, this is actually happening. I mean, this doesn't necessarily have to be with home. It's to do with whatever, like your foundations. It could be moving offices. Could be moving jobs. It's just something that it's like, I feel it's more home because Cancer is about family. But it's something that you find close to your heart and that you're moving to make things better or make things easier so that relationships can regrow and allow new people in as well. Because you have your own space and it gives you that space to entertain or to perhaps you are expecting and you're moving to your own apartment. And it's like, wow, this is becoming real. Because maybe there was causing some tension as to like, where are we going to put this? Where are you going to put that? And it's like, there isn't enough space. Like, yeah, you know what? It's like finally hit. She's like, yeah, I think I gotta find my own place. And it's like, you're not going to be alone. Like I feel like you will be on your own, but it doesn't mean that you won't be supported because you have this protection moving home to grow, to nurture this new life. See what's on the other side here. It's all making sense now. Yeah, I feel like it's moving like that's why I was thinking like a van, living like those people that live, in their vans or, and like travel across the country and, they have these cool setups. I've been seeing them a lot on Instagram, but that's what makes me think about it. But yeah, a new space allows for new opportunities because you're moving into a new space, you're moving into a new area. There's going to be new neighbors, there's going to be people around you that you're going to meet and talk to, and so it's a very positive thing. It might seem overwhelming, but I feel like you really want your individuality. You want to be independent, and I think that's great. So nothing to worry about. I don't see anything concerning here. It's just with family. I would just have a talk with the family and be like, listen, I'm not leaving because there's been issues. I'm leaving because I feel like it would be the right thing to do. And it's nothing to do with, having any hard feelings. That's what it is. So, all right, guys, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment. And I hope you guys have a wonderful March. Take care. Bye. Hello, pile 4. If you pick this pink crystal, you're in the right place. Let's get started. All right, starting off with the reading, we got Aries. The energy around you is dynamic and spontaneous. Crusading, impulsive action is likely. Show that to you. And the 4th house, your home and the roots of your being. All right. Okay. Already getting a couple messages with Aries in the 4th house. All right. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of activity happening in your home. There could be some renovations happening, adding a room, building, change of structure, perhaps. Perhaps there's this rearrangement of structure in the home where if someone is deciding to change work or go back to school, like there's a change in authority, or a change of like, with who's going to do what, that kind of a feeling. But I also feel like Aries in the fourth house this isn't for all of you, this is just some of you, with like there's maybe some aggression in the home. When you were younger, maybe you were in a place, or maybe you currently live in a place with some crime, loud, rude people. And maybe you're maybe it could be like something of having an idea of how things should be done, but it's not being accepted. Maybe there's some radical change happening in the home. There's something, like, it could be also facing, I was going back to what I was saying in the beginning, about like aggression in the home. Maybe this is something that you'll be focusing on in the month of March. Perhaps you're seeing like a professional, or maybe talking to your family about it, trying to understand it a little bit more as to like what happened or what was going on, what was the reasoning, maybe going back to that. But I kind of feel like there's like this form of restructuring. But let's continue on. Okay, you got the Purity card, Snow Moon. So Snow Moon, the Purity card, is about keeping things very simple, very clean, simple, clean solutions, understanding motives for what you're doing, and just having like clear communication with pure intentions. It's very untainted. So perhaps you are looking into what was going on in your past, or understanding why things were the way they were, why we had to live in certain places that you had to live in. Maybe it wasn't as good. And it's almost like, why did we have to go to that? Why did it have to take it that route? So it's like having a very calm, clear understanding of it. Taking the veil off your eyes, and having a better understanding, and freeing yourself, and with that understanding. It's like, why did it have to come from this kind of place? Like, why couldn't it have been better? And perhaps there's like this understanding. But this could also be like if you're having like renovations in your house, or like you're restructuring, reorganizing your house. This is about having clear communication, having very simple, keeping it simple. Let's just say that. Let's keep it as simple as we possibly can. I just feel like there's an easier, it'd be very simple to have a miscommunication about that. It's almost like, I want to move this here and I move that there, and like just kind of like giving a lot of instruction, and maybe things aren't moved the way you wanted it to, or things didn't go the way it planned because maybe something was in the way and it had to be reworked, and maybe there was no talk about it or whatever. Because this is the only way we could work it, but there was really no discussion. So it's just keeping things very, like, keep the flow of communication very, very clear, and be very flexible and understanding with any sort of changes that are going within the home, just so that everyone's on the same page, kind of thing. The next card is Beauty. Okay, so being at your best, getting rid of the clutter. Again, there's this need to like restructure, reorganize, keeping things very natural, very holistic, very neutral, wanting to just have a better flow of energy in the home, getting rid of things that are very detrimental, so like habits. Maybe you're moving, or maybe you're renovating to change up the energy, because it's almost like, I'm letting all this go, or I got an understanding of this, and I feel like I want to do like a whole, like a revamp of my foundation, so I don't have to go through that again. Or just to, maybe you just feel like you need to change. You just need to change and you want to spice things up. You could be changing yourself. Maybe you're coming into terms with who you are and wanting to do a change on yourself physically, but keeping it natural to you. Whatever feels natural to you. That's what I'm getting. This is also about like having confidence, being charismatic, confident, and not chasing what's fleeting, pretty much. So just having that confidence that it's in your, like, it's almost like not going back to how you used to communicate. Maybe you found a new way to communicate that's a little more clear, that's a little more conscious. You're able to keep your cool a little bit more, because Aries can be a little quick, a bit of a quick draw with that Aries energy, because they're very like forward, very like they have a lot of leadership, they're very strong personalities, and maybe you're learning to, like, it's almost like tone it down, like still stay strong, but keeping it very like balanced, natural. Being more assertive than controlling, because this could also be like having control over your foundations and not wanting to give up control. But it's like there's like this, you don't have to do everything on your own kind of thing. You're good enough. Full moon in Virgo. It's funny because I'm doing this reading just before the full moon in Virgo. So that's interesting. Full moon in Virgo is to stop second guessing yourself, having humility, but also at the same time, don't have so much humility that you're underestimating yourself, like underrating yourself. There's some truthful answers coming through. There's clarity coming through. And you're going to have to stay grounded. And Virgo is a earth energy. So I really feel like if you're delving into your past and understanding why things are the way they are, be ready to stay grounded and be able to, it's almost like you have to take care of yourself before you go ahead and, ask these questions, or while you're finding out these things, being like talking to a professional to help you process these things. Because I kind of feel like with this green and green here, I feel like your heart, this will affect your heart chakra, because it's there's a lot of opening up, there's a lot of like being vulnerable, and I feel like you're really going to have to stay grounded and have a better state of understanding. Going into something with very pure intentions. Like, I just want to go in to understand. I don't want to stir up anything. I don't want to create drama. I just want to understand. That's all it is. And Virgo, they're all about understanding things. They're all about research. They're all about teaching. They're all about analyzing things. Moderation. All right. So moderation, in terms of what it is, it's restraint, it's self-control. When it comes to like things that we overindulge in, we obsess in. So it could be aggression, it could be caffeine, it could be sugar. And this is more about becoming a little more gentle with yourself. And also, like, in your communication, being a little more gentle with your communication as well, because I'm getting a lot about communication here. You attract more bees with sugar than salt. All right, let's just say that if you're more gentle and you speak a certain way, it will attract certain people, and people will be more willing to understand you versus being, you know, like harsh and, you know, it's about being genuine, and it's speaking from, it's almost like, I want to say, like, I want to speak from my heart. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Stillness. The next card, stillness. So I really feel like this might be something to do with your foundations. Maybe you had an angry childhood. Maybe you were surrounded by anger, surrounded by fear. And maybe there's this part of you that's still afraid, that still feels insecure about things. And it's almost like when a situation comes up that's triggering you and you feel angry, there's this need to step back and reevaluate the situation, even if it's just for a moment. Because I feel like you're going to be working on how you present yourself, and maybe even there's a need to work with your ego a little bit to kind of tone it down and maybe differentiate what is ego and what's of pure intention. Because sometimes our ego, yes, it's there to protect us, but sometimes it gets overprotected and it gets overprotective, and it makes us very defensive. And the last thing you want is when you're trying to find these things out, understand things, or reorganize things, you know, like, and it doesn't go your way, or, you know, it might become triggering. You want to keep it. It's almost like you want to have that grounding within yourself to like okay, here's what happened. Take it one bit at a time. Moderation. Don't be, you know, going out and be like, what happened? It's just take it. If it's enough, take a step back. Like, okay, this is all I can take right now. Let me process this. Maybe it's hard for you to let go of control, but the question is, if that is an issue, it's just like, what are you afraid of? You think people, you know, like, if you don't empower other people in your life to take control, then if anything, it's something that's not so good for them. It's like, how are they going to learn? But you're in control of your own life. You're in control of your own emotions. When there's something that is out of control outside of you, the only thing you can control is yourself. And this is about taking control of yourself and being at peace with yourself when something is too close to home and it hits that nerve. It's very interesting. Oh, look at that. Awakening genius. So with these cards, they're in groups, and this one in particular got my attention because it's in the sound energy group. So it's about communication, creativity, listening, writing, being heard, bringing in new information. Not everything is based on your current knowledge, on your current experiences. So be open to new information coming in, and being able to express it in different ways, because I feel like you might be doing a lot of writing. To release, to let go. It's a time to express yourself and accept any guidance that comes your way. And there's no shame in it. Remember that. There's no shame in getting additional guidance, especially when we're working with things from our past. If anything, it's encouraged. Mental health is health. When we're not feeling well, we go to the doctor. If things are triggering us, we see a therapist. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. There should be no stipulation about it. I feel very strongly about that. Take accountability for your actions. It's not that, oh, I'm like this because I came from this. No. You're that's a crutch. You can change. Anybody can change, only if you want to change. So it's up to you how you want to take it. Right? All right. Your tarot cards are Knight of Cups. Then you got the King of Swords. Oh. And then you got the Four of Swords. Wow. All right. So let's start off with the oh my gosh, I almost said King of Cups, Knight of Cups. Emotional openness, compassion. So being more emotionally available, being a little more emotionally open, especially when it comes to the King of Swords. This is about leadership. This could also be a teacher in your life, someone coming in with a presence that takes command, takes leadership. Maybe this is even your energy of like taking accountability and learning and developing, because the King of Swords is the wisest and oldest king. It's the wisest and oldest king, court card in the out of the court cards, the most experienced. And I feel like there's some sort of like there's something mentally that you are struggling with that needs to be addressed. Something that may have happened when you were younger, or maybe in like just as you're, you know, growing into adulthood. So like maybe in your early 20s, something happened and it's almost like it has to be addressed. Maybe you started getting curious in your early 20s. Maybe you are in your early 20s. And it's almost like you want to gain an understanding as to how and why things had to happen the way they did. And the Four of Swords is resting, preparing for the next treatment, clearing your mind. So it's almost like taking it step by step. Like I said here with the stillness, breathe. Like, remember to breathe. When things are, you know, you're feeling too much, take a step back, and gain some understanding and go forward. Even if this is like going back to like I completely ignored like the home renovation part. If this has something to do with a home renovation and it's just getting very irritating, step back, have a conversation, be assertive, be gentle, like, and it's just like, okay, what happened? Why? Like, let's communicate. Let's keep it open so I understand what's going on, you know? If it's like structure within your home. Maybe somebody is leaving. Maybe a roommate is moving out and it's like, okay, we got to figure this out. Who's doing what? Who's taking on what? You know? But it's important to have that open conversation, have that heart to heart, and be like, okay, here's the situation, being real about it, taking charge, you know. It's maybe like the person who organizes everything is moving out and, you know, doing their own thing. And it's like, okay, you know, who wants to take charge of this and this and this, like to start that discussion, to start that conversation. You might want to write it down. It's almost like a confirmation, or like almost like a contract, I want to say. Almost like a contract, like, yes, I will do this and this and this kind of thing. There's a lot of different messages coming to me about it. So take as it resonates. I know I was kind of all over the place, but there's just so many different things with this one that, so it's almost like take it as it resonates, what I want to say. I think that's it. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and hope you guys have a wonderful month. Take care.